this is the last of the series of talks that we're giving on valuation. And it's really important, this point I want to make today. So to get us started, Reverend Marr is going to read to you from your program something Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote about valuation.
What we know about the subjective mind proves that it is unconscious of time, knows neither time nor process. It knows only the completion, the answer. That is why it is written, "Before they call, I will answer." Cosmic creation is from idea to object. It does not know anything about process. Process is involved, but it is not done consciously. Correct practice should know that ultimate right action is now, today. If we say tomorrow it is going to be, then according to the very law we are using, we hold the answer in a state of futurity, which can never become present. If a gardener holds his seed in his hand and says, "Tomorrow I'm going to plant this seed," his garden will never grow. Therefore, Jesus said, "When ye pray, believe that ye have and ye shall receive." He did not say, "Believe and you will immediately have." He said, "Ye shall receive." He did not deny the natural law of evolution and growth. Nature operates according to a law of sequence.
So lesson one, whatever you set into motion stays in motion for a long time. Be careful what you set in motion. And so the talk today is about what we set in motion and how we value ourselves. Because one of the great contradictions in most people's minds, especially when I'm working with them in the office, is they come in and they say, "I want love." And then they take a healthy dose of resentment immediately following. It's like a person I was saying to you recently who was angry at somebody. And I said, anger is like poison. You're angry. It's like you drinking the poison hoping they will die. It doesn't work. Anger never works. And resentment never works. But boy, why is it so entertaining? And so it's like this concept is so obvious, and yet it's missed so frequently. So I've gone to the refrigerator. You ever do this? You open the refrigerator looking for the pickles. And Patty, where's the pickles? Damn, somebody's been eating my pickles. And she just walks right over and grabs them and hands them to me. How many people have done that? You can't see it. You can't see it because in some respects, your whole image is blind to who you are. And so self-valuation, not evaluation, valuation is so vitally important to your well-being. And yet many people just don't get it. Now, one of the things that I did to get my doctorate, took me 18 years to do that, by the way, is write a bunch of books. And I had to serve on the board of directors of my organization, but I also had to be a counselor for 5 years at the youth camps. Now, that was a life-changing experience. Now, some of you have heard me tell these stories before, but don't stop me. Because the camps are set up where the kids arrive, and there's like maybe 200 or 300 or 400 kids, and they're all broken into families, like 8 to 10 in a family. And each family has the kids, and then there is a counselor and an assistant counselor called the mom and the dad. That's the family. Now, what we do is we do 2 workshops in the morning and 1 workshop in the afternoon. That happens for 6 days in a row. So those workshops is what changes their lives. And kids, all kinds of kids come to these things. I mean, cross-dressers, anarchists, kids who've got every kind of problem you can imagine, who are shy, who are angry, whatever. They're there in their state of being. By the end of the week, they don't want to leave because they finally found the one thing you're looking for and they've been looking for is acceptance. Non-judgmental love. Just hearing what they have to say. No judgment. And one of the exercises that we do is, one of my favorites, is that they would take a T-shirt, and every kid got a T-shirt and a Sharpie, and they got a piece of paper. And they had to write down on the piece of paper everything that they'd ever heard about themselves that was negative, or anything that they thought themselves that was negative. Like, I guess I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm not old enough, I'm not the right sex, I'm not this, that, and the other things. All the negatives. And you write them down on a piece of paper. And then you take your T-shirt, you take your Sharpie, and you write them on the outside of the T-shirt. It takes a while to do this. And then you put that T-shirt on. And every kid had to sit in the middle, and then the kids on the outside had to read the script that they had written, calling them the names that they had on that T-shirt. Do you think that was a pleasant experience? Not even. Is it necessary? Yeah, because it's important that people verbalize to you what they don't like. And trust me, they have a tendency to do that. If not to you, to somebody else. So then, the antidote for that was, we'd ask them to take their T-shirts off and hand their T-shirts to the person next to them, and that person write the truth about what they see in that kid. And then they hand it on and write another truth, and another truth, and another truth. And then they turn that inverted T-shirt on, and now they have to be told the truth. You're a loving, caring, and wonderful person. I'm glad I know you. Thank you for being him, and this kind of stuff. By the end, we're all in tears. Why? Because we feel the love. We finally heard it. Now, how many times have people said, I always thought you were a nice person, I just didn't say it. So, let me go into my Wolfman Jack for a minute. Don't do that no more. Stop it. Go ahead and say it to somebody. How about writing an unscripted letter, anonymous, to somebody, telling them how wonderful they are? Would you like to get one of those? Raise your hand if you would. Everybody look around. Person sitting next to you, look at that person. See? So the truth of the matter is, could you write that at any time? You could. Why won't you? Why won't you make it a regular practice to go to Hallmark and buy 5 cards and send them to 5 different people in your life, telling them what you like about them? And then you might say, well, what's in it for me? You see, when you say nice things about other people, who are you talking about? Exactly. Thank you very much. Wolfman thanks you for that. You're right. You're absolutely right. And that's the purpose. Now, when you think negative things about other people, do you think that reflects on you? Absolutely. Now, I got another one for you. This is a little Zen test. Hardly anybody gets this. Some people do. How does the cup behold itself? If you were here first service, you'd keep your mouth shut. How does the cup behold itself? How does it behold itself? Because it doesn't know it's a cup. By what? Nope, not by using it. Yes, whatever you put in it, that's how the cup knows itself. So if I put worry in here, does the cup know itself as worried? Do I tend to drink a lot of worried things? Now here's the anomaly. Not only if you're angry, you're adding more anger to your cup. If you're resentful, do you think you've poured resentment into your cup? And then all day long you'll do this. You know, I really like you, but, you know, you're wonderful, but. See, it's like this is constantly negating the thing that you want to communicate because you don't know. I know this is going to sound ridiculously simple. You don't know how much negativity you've put in your cup or you've let other people put in your cup. Can I give you a little bit of my secret potion? It's called hate. Oh, I'll just take a little sip of that and see if I like it or not. See, the minute you partake of that kind of thought, and it's totally unconscious, I mean, you're not doing this consciously. You just keep sipping on the cup because that's what it does. Because what is the cup? The cup means you sip, you see, you imagine, you personalize. You see, you imagine, you personalize. If you see anger, you imagine anger, and you personalize anger. Excuse me, I had to take a little sip of anger. See, and then you wonder, why does your life work in such an anomaly? Because you don't want that. Why do you keep doing that? Or why does that keep happening to you? That's another thing, too. You write the script. People treat you exactly as you see yourself. You are lovable. I look around this room. I don't see anything but loving absolutely beautiful creatures. Now, I know I have to work at it sometimes. God knows I have to work at it sometimes. But that's the work. That's the work the minister does. Don't think I'm like free because I'm a minister. I don't get any free passes. I get as angry as anybody else does. I just don't hang on to it. I know how to release it, how to do what Siddhartha did when he became the Buddha. All the anger, when all the world was throwing this stuff at him, everything turned into flowers. Flowers. You can turn the anger into beauty. You can just make the choice to live your life as loving, kind, caring human beings. Thank you. You could be it. You could do it. I know you can.
Hi, Dr. Jim here. Join me this coming Sunday, February 1st, for The Power of the Subconscious Mind. It's a new series I'm doing, and I'm featuring a book I wrote, The Gospel of Cause and Effect. I'm going to talk about the discovery and the power of the subconscious mind. Don't miss it. I'll see you Sunday.